And the Blazers couldn't have looked any sharper as they came through the tunnel. Every home game's a reason to get dressed up for these guys. And the game arrival, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. Soaring high above the Willamette River towards our location tonight in downtown Portland. Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Brent Beard. David Aldridge will join us momentarily from the sidelines. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Lopez.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Well, Damian Lillard is not just the best player on the Blazers. He's the team's unquestioned leader. But he said leadership is not all about talking. It's about letting others hold you accountable, too. Being coachable and committing to a common purpose. For him, guys, being a leader doesn't mean he puts himself above his teammates.
I like that story, David, and a good attitude. Great job. Thank you so much. And in this one, two prolific offenses, Brent, going head-to-head. What was the best offensive team you ever played for?
Well, the most fun I had, Kevin, and enjoyed the most was in Seattle for the Supersonics. Now we're going to have to explain to some of the kids who that is.
Who they are.
But I think the most efficient and the most programmed offense certainly was in San Antonio for Greg Popovich and the San Antonio Spurs, having the anchor Tim Duncan down on the block.
The Seattle Supersonics. That has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Here we go. The backcourt comprised of Bledsoe and Matthews. And it's Lopez in at the 5 spot. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony out there with Trevor Ariza. And it's Whiteside in at the center position. Now here's Ariza. Puts it up. And Anthony with the basket on the assist by Ariza. Anthony's got the first points up on the board tonight here for Portland. Giannis dishes to Middleton. Good D by Ariza. And it's Ariza with the ball for the Trailblazers. Last time they faced off, it was right here at home where they couldn't get it done.
And it's going to come down to effort tonight. Last time they met each other, they were demolished on the boards, and that rebounding difference led to a sizable loss.
Well, let's see if the lesson was learned from that loss. If they come out with the same type of effort, they can expect a similar result here. Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
McCollum kicks to Lillard. Lets it go with the 3. Milwaukee with the rebound. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston. Shots good by Bledsoe.
It's nice to be a tough, small guy in this league. If you're built like Eric Bledsoe, the contact, no effect.
Now here's Ariza. He's coming off a 22-point game against Memphis.
And we have to mention his rebound. It wasn't all about the offense. He battled his tail off down low.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Bledsoe passes to Lopez. Dishes it to Antetokounmpo. The shot, no good. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
The ability to stop there and pull up from any distance. That's why Lillard's defenders have sleepless nights.
Bledsoe looking it over. The pass to Giannis. Shot clock at 6. Bledsoe passes to Lopez. 14 feet away. Antetokounmpo trying to free himself up. Lopez, no luck. And a wide open look for McCollum. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
Now Lillard becoming better at staying patient, knowing that at any point in a possession, he can take advantage of somebody. That time he found the open man.
Now here's Giannis. And the points coming for him in big bunches. His average stands at just about 29.5 points a game. And it wasn't too long ago, Brent, we were wondering what Giannis could do if he bulked up. Well, we don't have to wonder anymore.
I don't think we need to wonder about an MVP in the league. The curious thing, Kevin, was last year after winning that award, Giannis coming out and talking about he's only at 60% of his potential. Can you imagine what's coming down the line if he realizes the other 40? He's something else.
And the first one drops. Brent, for so long we've talked about the potential of what Giannis can do when he reaches his prime. 27-13 last year is a pretty good jumping off point.
Winning an MVP award for Giannis at 24 years of age and knowing that most of the prime years for NBA players are starting to happen between 27 and 30. That's a scary thought, isn't it, Kevin? 4 or 5 years more of growth from Giannis Antetokounmpo and what he can do at that position. If that jump shot comes along, we may be seeing an all-time great develop throughout his career in the next decade.
Now here's Anthony. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Memphis.
He also had 2 blocks that really impacted that game, guys. He really made his presence known.
Whiteside, good.
Yeah, there's not a rebound that Whiteside cannot get to when he's floating around the charge circle, reaches up, snatches that one down.
Lopez kicks to Bledsoe. Matthews against McCollum. Matthews dishes to Bledsoe. Launches a 3, and it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Out of bounds, Milwaukee takes possession. Let's pop over to our 2K leaderboard to see which power forwards and centers have had the most productive last month offensively. Second, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
That's as scary a collection of big men as you'd want to see. I mean, game planning for any of them is a challenge because you know how much defensive attention you're going to have to devote to them.
Well, you're building a team. The foundation starts here. Big men who can dominate a game offensively in the low post. Every franchise would like to have one, and this is the cream of the crop.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Bledsoe against Lillard. Whiteside, and the jam by Whiteside.
Well, this is why Whiteside has a high percentage in terms of his field goals. Creates a job inside that he can get done.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
And it's been talked about for some time, but last summer the Heat finally decided to pull the trigger on Hassan Whiteside. Traded to Portland for Leonard and Harkless. Whiteside and the Heat had soured on each other in the trade. A chance for both sides to have a fresh start.
Now here's Bledsoe. He isn't playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Over Anthony. And he overshot that one, missing.
Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
And here's McCollum for 3. Whiteside, and Whiteside stays right with it. Whiteside's got 6 points.
Great at using his body and finding his feet in positions on the boards where he can get up, get to it, get an extra possession.
Antetokounmpo with the bucket.
I like how Giannis is inviting a little bit more contact and no longer shying away from it.
McCollum outside. Lillard outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. And it's 6 points for Damian Lillard.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just a great ball movement.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Matthews against McCollum. Matthews scanning the floor. Passes it to Antetokounmpo. Over McCollum. Middleton tried to break free. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5.
I'd like to see how confident and effective Antetokounmpo could be from there. He's got some room to shoot it. He really does need to fire away.
A 3 from McCollum, and it's Eric Bledsoe with the rebound.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Feeds to Lopez. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Lopez close up and gets it done.
Trailblazers leading by 6. McCollum kicks to Lillard. Over Bledsoe. And it's off the back rim. No good.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrated. And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. That is his first foul of the game. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Nurkic is checked in. Antetokounmpo against Anthony. Antetokounmpo passes to Lopez. Back to Giannis. Just 5 to shoot. The kick out to Lopez. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist. Lopez has got 5 now.
Good soft hands there from Lopez. Efficient in the catch and shoot motion.
Matthews against McCollum. Lillard outside. Three-pointer nailed from three-point land. 9 points in the game so far.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitors.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Now here's Lopez. 5 points in the game. There's the pass to Matthews. Off target with his three. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for Portland. 6-point lead. Shoots from 14. Here's Nurkic. The shot missing. Good D by Lopez. Milwaukee is gone. Just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Bledsoe against Lillard. Bledsoe outside. Here's Antetokounmpo. And it's Portland with the rebound. McCollum left side. Lillard outside for the three. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
He doesn't look satisfied with the lead right now. He wants more, and he looks like he's going to get it.
Giannis kicks to Lopez. Takes the three. Carmelo Anthony comes up with the rebound.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Again, the miss by Lillard.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
It's very efficient and a well-tuned offense for the Bucks. They drive, they kick, they get open threes. Second in the league last year, as that was Mike Budenholzer's biggest change in threes. Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
Lets it go from the wing. Offensive rebound.
And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
Bucks trail by 8. Timeout called the Bucks. And with the Bucks in their offense, Brent, it all starts with Giannis.
Starts with Giannis, and that might have got them into trouble last year. They could maybe use another creator in a way where a guy can manufacture his own points. Who knows? Maybe that's growth within. Maybe that's Chris Middleton as he tries to improve his game, or Eric Bledsoe in some way. But the team does need a little bit more dynamism on the offensive end.
Platoon swap here for Milwaukee.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Lillard. 5th in scoring, 6th in assists, and tremendous confidence and consistency at the foul line. He ranks among the top 15 in free throw percentage.
And as you said, one of the NBA's most potent scorers. Always up to the challenge. His top 5 ranking has him right there with the elite.
It's early, but they are getting pummeled on the glass.
Bucks trail by 10. Hill passes to DiVincenzo. Right at the free throw line, and it's good for 2.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
I don't think he sees any kind of defense when he's at that range. It doesn't matter who's guarding him.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
And the Bucks with possession here after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper. Trailblazers leading by 10. Here's Little. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Lillard the pass to Nurkic and finished off by Nurkic.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
Now here's Little. He's guarded closely. He kicks to Collins. For 3. Knocks down the 3-ball. And the Trailblazers lead by 15.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
Well, a lot of importance placed on outside shooting, and tonight you can see why after that kind of quarter exploding from the perimeter.
Here's DiVincenzo. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game.
Just enough coverage to bother that 3-point attempt.
Collins, good.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Bucks trail by 17. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Ilyasova hits the bucket.
It's nice to see the confidence he shows on his inside game and ability to get the shot up before the defender can do anything.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic, releases from 15. Rebound, Milwaukee. 15 seconds left to play in the first. Hill left side. From deep. And the last second attempt doesn't fall.
Well, he typically carries such a heavy load on offense. Lillard shows the energy to get it done on defense as well.
And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for Portland. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. And we'll be right back after this. Well, there are a lot of letters that go into the spelling of Giannis Antetokounmpo's last name. He helped set the record straight of how you pronounce it.
The Nigerian way, you gotta say it with a D, so it's Antetokounmpo. But in the Greek way, you say it with an NT, like Antetokounmpo. Whatever you got, just say, it's Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Seems easy enough, right?
I guess so. I think a lot of people are going to stick with Giannis or the Greek Freak.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, the Trailblazers enjoying a nice lead here.
Just stretching out the floor that first. They had the defense scrambling.
Pretty prime example here of how to space the floor and do it correctly. When you do it, it's the kind of thing that happens.
Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Little. And it's Trent in at the shooting guard position. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Greg, let's take a look at Nasir Little. More power and athleticism at this point than skill, wouldn't you say?
I mean, no doubt. As an amateur, he could rely on the physical gifts to dominate. But in the NBA, you have to be able to shoot and handle with confidence. I think Little will get there because he has a tremendous work ethic.
And that one misses. And at the end of the year, Brent, we've been seeing an uptick in play from some young lottery-bound teams.
Well, they're always excited about having opportunity to play loose and play free. The backside of that is you didn't play well enough to get into the playoffs.
Right.
So, good coaching staffs with young teams that have potential, Kevin, will ask their teams to be spoilers. Like, embrace the idea of let's compete tonight against that team.
Make
they're
that
the
your
fourth
playoff.
seed. Yeah, let's go up against this.
Sure.
There are other teams that, quite frankly, just give up on the year. And some guys will have some big empty numbers to finish off the season. You got to temper your kind of eyeballs on those things.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Here's Lillard. Got a piece of it. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Chris Middleton was a first-time All-Star in 2019. Now, we all know that Middleton is one of the league's best shooters, but he had to adjust his game to a new system under coach Mike Budenholzer. Middleton said, "I guess that's what being an All-Star is, a team player and a complete player. Not playing for stats, playing for nothing else but to win." Kevin?
First-time All-Star and well-deserved. David, thank you. Now, here is Hill, following the miss by Rodney Hood. Let's go. And another basket for Milwaukee.
Comfortable shooting close to the basket. The size Lopez possesses gives him confidence down low.
Lillard finds Hood. Pass to Collins. And he drops it in from the low post. And the Trailblazers lead by 15.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And it's Connaughton missing.
Well, the D's so tight on him, it makes him alter his shot. And an easy chance turns into a tough one because the defense is swarming.
Bucks trail by 15. Pass to DiVincenzo. Lillard against Ilyasova. There's the feed to Hill. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Ilyasova can't hit.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
Gives the team such a great element, having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Here's Connaughton after the Trailblazers pick up 2. It's back to Hill. Down low. And there's Lopez. That's good on the assist by Hill. Lopez has got 6.
George Hill recognizing when his man was open, an effective pass that time.
And Lillard kicks to Hood. Back to Lillard. Beyond the arc. A three-pointer is right on target. Lillard's got 5 points now this quarter.
And even after all those three-pointers he hit in that first quarter, it looks like the D still didn't learn its lesson as they've left him open for another one.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
Well, Damian Lillard and his commitment to not only the way that he wants to play and wants to improve, but his commitment to Portland and this city and this franchise has been nothing short of remarkable.
Break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Look at Portland winding things down this season. They're in that all-important 9th position within striking distance of a playoff spot.
And right now for the Trailblazers, they've had an interesting season for sure. They're competitive, they're feisty, but they're not a team that's going to dominate for long stretches.
I just think if you're on the other side, Greg, how much are you looking at that team and saying, we're scared of them? So not a lot of fear from the opposition and what they're bringing to the table. They're good, they compete, but do they have that extra gear? I'm not sure. He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players, Kevin, playing today can do.
Ariza outside. Outside Hood. Back to Ariza. Here's Whiteside. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Kyle Korver.
When you think about Hassan Whiteside's road to where he is now, a second-round pick, spent some time in the D-League, now the G-League, and it's great to see him turn his career around. You just wonder how hungry is he to maximize his talent in the years to come.
Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good.
Well, Portland being up there in the PNW, that's the Pacific Northwest, always means a lot of air miles. Matter of fact, they lead the league pretty much every year in distance travel.
And he can't hit the second. But Brett, you talk about all that travel for the Blazers. That can wear you down.
Well, interesting. The Blazers have done some particular things off the floor for their players, bringing in UV lights into the locker rooms, coffee before the game. It's very much hipster Pacific Northwest.
Bounce pass Middleton. 5 on the clock. Bledsoe for 3.
The aggressiveness from McCollum there was nice. Not known as a big-time defender, but anticipating where he needed to be, and that affected the shot.
Hood deciding where to go with it. He feeds it to Whiteside. Makes it off the glass. Whiteside's got 8.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
And it's a Kumbo.
Yeah, go ahead and get in front of that if you want to. Man, with a dunk by Giannis.
And so it's Anthony bringing it up for Portland. Passes it to Whiteside. Portland moving the ball around. Knocked away. Stolen by Bledsoe. Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
Eric Bledsoe, if you're that athletic on the offensive end, why not on the D?
Portland leading by 14. Anthony dishes to Whiteside. He can't get that one to fall. Nice D from Williams. Bledsoe with it. Now defended by McCollum. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Well, that's a nice toss up there, so you got to like the timing. But, of course, that's Giannis. He's going to grab anything.
McCollum against Bledsoe. It's McCollum on the wing. He's coming off a 22-point game against Memphis. Bucks trail by 12. Giannis, that's a 2-pointer. Ariza with the rebound. Anthony finds McCollum, and here's Whiteside. Kicks it out to McCollum. The pass to Ariza. Here's Whiteside. 4 on the clock. The jump hook. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
He's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight from him.
And here is Williams. No points in the game yet for him. Giannis inside. Right side's there. And onto Tacumbo. Slams it in.
Man, defensively so tough to make a decision. What do you want to stop? You come off the pick. Giannis can pass. He can finish. It can really cause you to hesitate.
Now here's Ariza. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Pass to McCollum. Outside Anthony. This one for three. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Bledsoe passes to Williams. Kicks to Giannis. Softly drops in the floater. Giannis has got 15.
Well, that was delicate there from Giannis. I like that floater because that becomes unblockable given the massive length.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. Well, Greg, this is the 15th season for the veteran Marvin Williams, former #2 overall pick back in 2005.
And even though he has never been an all-star, Williams has always been a contributor to teams. Still can give you good rebounding and scoring in a variety of roles.
Nurkic checked in for Whiteside. The Bucks also changing it up. Lopez comes in for Marvin Williams. And it's Matthews in for Kyle Korver. Anthony, the pass to Nurkic. It's good. He's got 8.
Yeah, put that one away with the contact. And I'm not sure, Kevin, there are times when maybe he doesn't even feel it.
Pass to Lopez. The tray. That one misses. Now Portland takes it the other way. Anthony kicks to Ariza. McCollum outside. Outside Hood. Lets it go from deep. Giannis grabs the miss. Giannis has got his 5th rebound in this one. Near the three-point line, it's Bledsoe. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
Bledsoe knows he's got the green light there to just rise up and shoot it. He did it there.
Hood drives in. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Hood's got his 2nd basket. Bucks trail by 15. Bledsoe passes to Lopez. Loads it up for Giannis. Stolen by McCollum. And now the fast break. Anthony with the ball. Count it. Anthony's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Felt like the whole team knew they were going to get out into transition. And Melo takes full advantage.
Outside Matthews. For 3, Middleton. Here's Lopez. Count that as his 4th basket of the night. Just 7 shots to get there.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
And so Hood will bring it up for Portland. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. The dish now to McCollum. A 3-ball. Bledsoe with the defensive effort.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And Portland called for the foul.
It's weird to say it, but the sheer length of Giannis can put the defense in a really bad position. So hard to defend without fouling.
And this is his 2nd trip to the line tonight.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
And he makes the first.
Well, the Bucks are in a good spot with a young superstar entering his prime.
And they like the fact that this core has more potential in it. It wasn't just a one-hit wonder as they committed to Lopez. They committed to Chris Middleton. And now they think that they can take the next step with Giannis's growth.
Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for the Bucks. Hill comes in for Eric Bledsoe. And so he makes both from the line.
You go back to 2015, the Blazers lost 4 of their 5 starters in the offseason. So instead of rebuilding, they retooled around Damian Lillard, and what a piece to retool behind. Amazing how far they've come in the past couple seasons where they've placed in the Western Conference.
Lillard misses.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
The kick out to Antetokounmpo. Great D that time from Nurkic. Trailblazers leading by 13. Lillard attacking, and the layup's good off the glass. Lillard's got 21.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
That one goes. Count it.
It's pretty good focus. Giannis gets in there. Tough to rattle him a little bit. I don't know if he even saw that guy. Superb concentration.
Lillard way outside. And so it's Portland, 13 points up at the end of the period. They've excelled in the open court. Their transition game has allowed them to build this healthy lead. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, guys. Here with head coach Terry Stotts. Coach, what has gone right for your team so far?
Well, we've got a lot of energy. Getting stops and getting runouts is the biggest difference.
And that gets your guards involved early in the offense. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. After 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They have a 13-point lead. Shaq, how do you think Portland played?
Man, Damian Lillard just ate them up. The defense, they tried to adjust, but when he gets that jumper going, the only player on the floor that can stop him is him.
And over to Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks.
Well, the way I see it, they're losing this game because they're being out-rebounded. You can't give up this kind of differential and expect to remain competitive. So what do? You commit more guys to the glass, guards included. You make it a priority that if you do ultimately lose this game, it's not because you didn't rebound.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, the backcourt comprised of Bledsoe and Matthews. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. And it's Lopez in at the 5 down low. Here's McCollum. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot. McCollum against Matthews. Right side. Rebound Milwaukee. Giannis has got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Middleton. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist. Giannis has got 3 assists tonight.
Sprinting up the floor and beating everyone down. That's the reward for Chris Middleton.
Now here's Anthony. McCollum outside. Clock at 6. Ariza against Lopez. They'll get another chance. Here's Whiteside. Milwaukee with the rebound.
Not been an easy start. 3 straight misses here on these possessions. You know, altered shots don't show up on the official stat sheet, but as we saw there, he does a great job of doing that as well as collecting the rebound. Not sure they realize it's not halftime anymore. 4 attempts, and they're still looking for their first bucket.
Matthews, no good.
I think he rushed that one just a little bit, thinking the defense was going to get close. They weren't.
Lopez with the block.
Oh, that's out of there. Not a high riser, but Lopez using his frame, a smart block, if you will.
Bucks on defense. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Lillard from outside hits it from three-point range. Lillard's got 24.
He's just such a dynamite scorer, and for 82 games of a regular season, Lillard's in attack mode.
Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Giannis dishes to Bledsoe, and it's sent back by Lillard, and he gets it back.
Another effective shot fake from Eric Bledsoe, showing the D the ball, and then he gets the foul.
And since coming to the Bucks, Eric Bledsoe hasn't been asked to do nearly as much as he has in the past.
And for Bledsoe, that is a good thing, as he is best as a complementary player. Not scoring as much, but his decision-making and shot selection have vastly improved.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw missing. You know, officials try to be as objective as possible, Brent. It does sometimes feel like we get superstar calls, though, correct?
I think there's absolutely superstar calls, Kevin. And, you know, the purist in me wants the referees to keep it fair. But understanding that the game is entertainment and understanding what it takes to be that level of player, every now and then seeing a guy like James Harden getting a few more free throws or watching Giannis find his way to the line a few more times, I shrug my shoulders and I say, yeah, I actually kind of get it.
Yeah, good examples. Trailblazers leading by 11. McCollum kicks to Lillard. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Here's Whiteside. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Whiteside's got 12 points in the game.
You have to do a lot of things defensively to prevent Hassan Whiteside from scoring. He is just an Adonis out there. Look at that body, and still gets those shots to go like he did there.
Count that bucket. Matthews has got his second bucket of the game to go.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Matthews against McCollum, and it's sent back by Lopez. Floats one up. Lillard misses.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo after the miss from Damian Lillard. 5 to shoot. Here's Giannis. Excellent D there from Anthony. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for Portland. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. And the Bucks making a change here. Connaughton's checked in. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Oh, here we go. Antetokounmpo. Nobody back.
Middleton right now staying aware of where his teammates are and hitting them when they're open.
Trailblazers leading by 9. Lillard, right side. A 3 from McCollum. Rebound, Milwaukee. Giannis has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight.
And a struggle for him tonight, but if they can make this lead hold up, he can just chalk this up as one of those nights.
The Bucks have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. And some changes here for the Bucks. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo, and it's Korver in for Chris Middleton. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
And the game plan against the Blazers the last few postseasons has been trapping Lillard and McCollum and forcing someone else to beat.
Yeah, and you wonder if this is an opportunity for Zach Collins to really step into his own, along with Nurkic, who last year was injured during the playoffs, so that there can be some points and contributions coming from your power forward and center position. That'll ease some pressure on your backcourt.
The Trailblazers shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
And the first one at the line is good. Lopez, he's checked in for the Bucks. And both free throws good from Whiteside. Bucks trail by 9. Pass to Ilyasova. Now Bledsoe. He's guarded by McCollum. Bledsoe passes to Ilyasova. And it's good. 2 points. Ilyasova's got 6.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
McCollum dishes to Lillard. From deep three-point range. Rebounded by Korver.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-ups.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a step too far.
And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Here's Bledsoe.
Whiteside has just such a physical advantage on the inside against most guys that want to bang down on the block. A nice contest there.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Here's Ariza. That one's not going to go. Now the Bucks take it the other way. Outside Korver. Now the pass to Connaughton. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Didn't hesitate for a second to get a hand up on that deep ball.
Yeah, you got to like how he hustled to guard out on the perimeter, definitely respecting the shooting ability.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. Most every team now, Brent, looking to run when they can run. Who's the most lethal big man in transition? Can get baseline to baseline in a hurry and make a difference at the other end.
Don't think I've seen any player do the type of things at his size and with his stride than Giannis. I just think there were eye-popping plays that people could not wrap their head around what it is he could do. Taking 2 steps from half court, lengthening out his right arm to finish at the rim, grabbing offensive rebounds from the block, not taking any steps and dunking it over the top and getting to the free throw line. Giannis running in transition as a big is a problem for the defense.
And all that on the offense, but on his defensive side, he was always doing the same kind of things defensively. Blocking shots, blocking out, whatever the case may be.
Yep, just the simple fact of being a deterrent, Kevin, to people coming into the lane and using that length. Giannis Antetokounmpo is something special in that regard as a big.
Both ends of the floor. I totally agree. And Eric Bledsoe drops them both. And Brent, when you watch Eric Bledsoe go to the rim, you just have to admire what an incredible finisher he is.
Well, Bledsoe, I think, has always relied on the fact that his physical stature, not in terms of his height at 6'1", but his width and strength allows him to go in there and be a bit of a bulldog, to get contact and to make things happen. So never has shied away from that.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Now Lopez, he has 6. And it's blocked by Whiteside.
As soon as Whiteside positions himself, he just spikes that one away. It's like he's playing beach volleyball.
Lillard against Bledsoe. And Lillard kicks to Anthony. Whiteside, the pass to McCollum. Over Ilyasova. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
A great pass by Whiteside, hanging in that play.
Lillard against Bledsoe. And Whiteside sends it back. They get it back. Here's Connaughton. He's guarded by McCollum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Bledsoe for 3. The offensive rebound.
A guy that doesn't give up on the glass. Lopez, a real force at rebounding the ball.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Williams, he's checked in for Lopez. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for Pat Connaughton. And George Hills subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. Here's DiVincenzo. Portland grabs the miss. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Here's Trent. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Here's Lillard. Here's Nurkic. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Well, clearly Nurkic did not get the side dish of rebounds he was hoping for. Hungry to grab that one.
And so, Brent, you and I know the legend of Nurkic. Back in Bosnia, a sports agent read an article about a huge policeman, 7 foot, 400 pounds, and this agent tracked down this policeman and asked him, do you have a son?
Well, that son is Jusuf Nurkic, the guy you're seeing out there. And 14 years of age, Jusuf Nurkic had never played the game of basketball. So the agent took him under the wing, and the rest pretty much history here, Kevin.
I like that story. Free throw good. Nurkic.
You wonder with Nurkic last year getting hurt just how much further the Blazers could have gone. Again, carried by C.J. McCollum and Damian Lillard, their unbelievable dynamic duo at the guard position. But the defensive anchor all year long had been Nurkic.
Here's DiVincenzo. The teardrop falls in.
Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
Lillard scanning the floor. No good on the 3. And with their high-powered back, Brent, Nurkic providing the Blazers with that sorely needed paint presence. He is a big body.
Big body who sets screens and frees up a bunch of room for those guards that you mentioned, Kevin. But the interesting thing is about all the dirty work that Nurkic can do down low for this basketball team, picking up 10, 12 points in the painted area, and putting a lot of pressure on the defense.
Well, Ersan Ilyasova, a bit of a journeyman in the NBA, Greg, the last handful of seasons.
Good motor on the glass, and he can chip in for a 20-point game every so often.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Ilyasova.
Ilyasova, with the height of a big man, he's very much at ease and has a great release.
So he picks up just one from the line that time.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Here's DiVincenzo. He dishes it to Ilyasova. Inside. That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from Hill.
George Hill has been around, so he understands even with pressure, he's still capable of scoring.
Trent passes to Collins. And a deep three from Lillard. Hill pulls it in.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Here's Hill, following the score by Damian Lillard. Here's DiVincenzo. 6 points for him. Korver, good.
And, hey, that's Korver's go-to. As soon as he catches that ball right there, it's going right up. Got to love that approach.
Feeds it to Lillard. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And, boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Rodney Hood's checked in for Collins. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Milwaukee. Matthews comes in for Kyle Korver.
And the 4-year, $196 million Supermax extension signed by Damian Lillard this offseason. Dame Dollar living up to one of his many nicknames, but money well spent by the Blazers.
Now here's Williams. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Hill, no good.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Portland, no good that time either.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
It's a huge night for Giannis Antetokounmpo at the offensive end of the floor. That length and athleticism just proving to be too much for any defensive scheme.
And they pick up 2.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Outside Hood. Get through. 27 seconds left in the third. And finished off by Nurkic.
You got Rodney out there operating in the pick and roll, and gave him too much room to find his man there.
Antetokounmpo with the ball. He's got 27. 6 on the shot clock. From deep. Misses there. And so it's Portland going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. Back right after this. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. We've got Yusuf Nurkic, Trevor Ariza out there with Anthony. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Trent in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Bucks trail by 10. Giannis passes to DiVincenzo. That shot is off. Great D that time from Nurkic. Here's Trent. The rebound by the Bucks. Giannis has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. He kicks it to Lopez. From the arc. DiVincenzo can't hit it. Portland leading by 10. Pass to Lillard. And he comes up with the deuce. Lillard's got 12 points in just the second half.
Down the stretch, he's been flat out awesome. He helped them get the lead, and now he's making sure they keep it.
Now here's Lopez from past the arc. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Ariza outside. To the middle, here's Anthony, and that one drops.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Here's DiVincenzo. Middleton finds Lopez. Here is Matthews. Back to Lopez. With the clock winding down, and the dunk by Giannis.
Well, the muscle of Antetokounmpo is impressive. He's just destroying the defense right now.
Whiteside's checked in for Portland. Eric Bledsoe's checked in for Milwaukee.
One shot.
Well, a little bit each year, Giannis gets fouled at a higher and higher clip. That shows about how much more aggressive and how much more confident and how much more usage he's had through his first few seasons.
Now here's Anthony. There's the triple. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Giannis has got 14 rebounds tonight, going after.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling. And you know what? He's really been one of the few bright spots for them, trying to will this team to victory.
Lillard, the pass to Trent. Anthony against Giannis. Here's Ariza. The shot off that time. Great D that time from Middleton.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. And Lillard kicks to Whiteside. Here's Trent. He's covered by Matthews. Anthony left side. Puts it up from 7. Count it. Number 5 from the floor this game. He's now 5 of 11.
Moving it around. 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Giannis is double to the paint. And Whiteside sends it back. Here's Lillard. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And now it's an 11-point Portland lead.
And there's the problem. Lillard just too quick and too shifty to stop cold on any dribble drive.
Middleton on the wing. Ariza covering. Giannis high post. Anthony on him. Lopez. And it's off from three-point range. Trailblazers leading by 11. Trent passes to Anthony.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Shooting for Portland, Carmelo Anthony. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Anthony.
And Melo's still bringing the passion to the floor no matter what's going on around. He's still going to be a gamer.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. McCollum's checked in. Both free throws good from Anthony. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. It's a 13-point game. To the inside. And Middleton, the basket on the assist by Lopez.
Well, at 235 pounds, Middleton is hard to throw off balance, so he can take that contact and still finish through.
They get it back. Here's Whiteside. Score that one for him. His 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
The wide open look here for Lopez. Good on the triple.
You would think a coach might have talked to his defense about making the adjustment on him, but right now, he's just lighting him up.
Ariza outside. McCollum deciding where to go with it. And here's Ariza. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And it's easy to see why a team would want Ariza on their roster. Makes the right decisions, mentors young players, and is well respected throughout the league.
The first free throw is good.
Well, known as a defensive specialist for many years, it's the ability for Ariza still to consistently be a threat out there from the three-point line, especially from the corners.
Ariza hits them both. Now Bledsoe. Looking to get back on track here. That one doesn't go. Good work defensively by Anthony.
Wouldn't surprise me to see him find his touch and still be a factor. Don't count them out yet.
Whiteside gets to Ariza. Back to Whiteside. And here's McCollum for 3. Portland no good that time either.
You know, he's usually very reliable from out there, but tonight it's just not going down.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, sometimes it takes a while for all that length in Giannis to catch up to those feet, but once he does, man, he can explode.
Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
Oh, yeah, his teammates love that one. I'm sure he's going to hear about it when he gets to the huddle.
And Milwaukee has possession after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Anthony against Matthews. From the wing. And good as it just snugs right down through the net.
Well, Carmelo Anthony operating in the mid-range is just danger zone. You got to put your defense at DEFCON 1.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And here's the upcoming schedule for the Trailblazers. On Sunday, they'll be playing against James Harden and the Houston Rockets. And then on Tuesday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And looking at the Mavericks matchup, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
First one falls for him.
It felt like he was a little hesitant in the first half, but really he's amping himself up here and battering around to get himself to the free throw line.
That one misses.
He's just such a bulldog out there in terms of his mentality. Eric Bledsoe can get assertive, and when he does that, it raises the level of play for the entire team.
It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. And the dunk by Giannis.
An excellent play and coming at the right time as well, guys. They need to string together some defensive and offensive possessions like that.
Now, here's Lillard. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got 5 assists in the game. Antetokounmpo passes to Middleton. Floats it up for Giannis. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Now, here's Lillard. Ariza with it. Stolen by Middleton. An even 3-on-3 break. Bledsoe outside. Pass to Lopez. And McCollum with the block.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, the three-pointer has not been his weapon in this one. He had 1 in the first quarter and still 0 here in the second.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Here's McCollum after the basket by Milwaukee. Lillard outside. McCollum passes to Whiteside. And it's sent back by Lopez. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last. Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for Wesley Matthews. Just 5 on the clock. The 3 from McCollum. Head shot, no good. The Bucks go the other way with it. Here's DiVincenzo. They get it back. Here's Middleton. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. They get Hassan Whiteside.
Look how hard Middleton takes this one right into the paint, getting way too physical for the D to deal with. Chris Middleton's an interesting story. I remember when he signed his first extension and talking to, at that time, his head coach, Jason Kidd, that Chris was dealing with living up to the contract. I think after that first season went by, he settled back down. It got him into a position to earn this second contract. And now he knows where he belongs. He knows how important he is to the Milwaukee Bucks and their continued success and striving towards a championship for the city.
And for Middleton, he was drafted in the second round by Detroit. Brent, they sent him to the G League, which he says was the turning point for him.
Well, I think he just got hungrier and realized there was a self-awareness part of this, that he needed to grow and he needed to maybe adjust some of his work habits. Went from an overlooked second-round pick to an NBA All-Star, Kevin. I would call that great focus. And now he wants to be a consistent performer on a nightly basis to lead this team to championship level.
Now here's McCollum. Again, McCollum missing.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Here's DiVincenzo. Ariza covering. DiVincenzo passes to Giannis. His shot by Middleton, wide open. And again, the Bucks miss. Trailblazers leading by 7, and it's Anthony at the elbow. Great D that time from Middleton.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Now here's Giannis. And he's good on the 3-ball. And that's 13 points for Eric Bledsoe.
Eric Bledsoe stepping up and getting it done.
Bledsoe against Lillard. Passes it to Whiteside. Over Lopez. Off the mark, and the drought continues. Bucks trail by 4. And Bledsoe has it in the corner. Bucks passing it around. Shot's good by Middleton.
How about that shot by Middleton? Doesn't matter where it is in the game. He'll take that shot.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They're ahead by 2. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Hassan Whiteside.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Terry Stotts just went over his game plan with his team. He was very fired up. He said, look, this is going to be a big win for us. We close this out, and we'll show the rest of the league who we are.
Now, here's Lillard. 1:41 left in the fourth quarter. Deep 2 from Anthony. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. The Bucks trail. And it's Bledsoe off the drive, and Anthony sends it back.
How about Melo rising up quick to that one there? Nice shot block.
Lillard, Lopez with the block, and he recovers it. It's McCollum on the wing, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. .115 left in the fourth quarter. Whiteside kicks to Lillard. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Lillard's got 9 points now in the quarter.
And he wants the ball at the end of the games. You can see why Lillard's stepping up again to the challenge.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're behind by 5. 1:07 left in the fourth. So it's Milwaukee with it, trailing by 5. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss. And it's Anthony with the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Lillard against Bledsoe. Lillard, the pass to Ariza. 6 to shoot. Stolen by Middleton. Oh, and here comes Bledsoe all alone. Grabs the rebound again. He hauls in his 20th rebound.
Dominating the glass.
So exciting to see the growth of the Greek Freak. There are shots that stars sink, and that's a momentum changer right there.
Count it! Timeout called the Bucks. They're trailing by 5. 26 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. .26 seconds left to play here in the fourth. DiVincenzo passes to Giannis. Here's Middleton. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Whiteside. And now we've got the intentional foul.
That's his second personal foul.
15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And so they foul intentionally. Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6.
Think about just how much focus Lillard has every year about his drive to be one of the best guards in the league. Whether it's recognized or not by an all-star appearance really doesn't have an impact on how he approaches the game. And the lead getting safer and safer as these free throws from the stripe go in.
DiVincenzo. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Whiteside.
Bucks ball. Substitution on the court.
5 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Connaughton. Off on that one.
Rodney Hood, just like glue, sticking to his man there, working really hard to make a difference on that possession.
And so it's Portland winning this one. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Damian, it looks like this team's progress can be measured by your improvement at the defensive end. Did we see that tonight?
We made some mistakes like every other basketball team does, but I think we did a great job of making adjustments. You know, we got a little more physical. You know, we did a great job of that.
And that led to a big win, Damian. Thanks for your time, man. Kevin?
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.